Welcome to your weekly astrology horoscope. I got the phone flipped the right side this way. For those of you who have been patient with me when I have my phone the other way, I thank you for your patience. I do have like a mafia that threatens to kill me every time I shoot my phone the other way, and they're right. How dare I shoot video the wrong way when they invented this landscape for this purpose? Regardless, I have entitled this weekly astrology horoscope Flipping the Script, because you're really going to come into a profound awareness of how mutable this energy we have is. And when I really speak of the mutable energy, I'm talking about Virgo. What's up, Karma? I'm talking about Virgo, of course, but I'm also speaking clearly of, the changeable energy that we are experiencing, giving us the opportunity to actually not only change our real life, but to change our behaviors and to change our perception on, what's going through. I think you should be able to, Arana. Try doing so. I'm kind of new to this Facebook Live stuff myself. What's up, Nancy? Thank you for joining us. Shout out to those of you watching live right now. So this week, the script is going to be flipped very, very, very much so. And it's very important. Thank you, Martina. It's very important that you take into account the reason why we have seasons. We don't necessarily go through life in a linear sense where we cross through time. We have cycles, right? Every 4 months or so we change seasons. And I love how astrology depicts this as mutable energy. This is not a coincidence. When the sun is getting ready to move into a cardinal sign that takes the energy and moves it forward, it starts off the season. We start the season off with a bang, all right? When we're at the end of the season, it's during a mutable sign where we can make the appropriate changes. So things shift. You change your mind during mutable season transits. Certain things that were kind of long held into motion start to shift to the part where you start to gain new information. So you're not a hypocrite if you change your mind. You're not really crazy if you decide to do something new in light of a new perspective, or you decide to believe in old beliefs because there's more evidence to prove it. Stuff like evidence is very important during a Virgo season. Thank you, Shelley, because it brings into profound awareness the factuals that we need to kind of process that which we want to do efficiently. But keep this in mind. When it comes to the states of how this energy flows, we start the season off with the cardinal sign. We started the new zodiac year with Aries season. Shout out to my Aries in the building. We started spring off cardinally, expressing forth, quite passionate, and telling the universe, this is who we are, okay? And then settled down in Taurus season, and as that fire provided light to give you a conscious awareness of who you are, Taurus season now helped you produce the values of who you are. Yeah, this is your identity, but what is your identity worth? All right? What makes you feel good about who you are ultimately? So come end of April into May, you were boss checking people. You were awakening your inner boss, and you were kind of auditing people. You're like, this is my worth. This is my worth. I know my worth. You got to match it. If you're not going to treat me the way I know I'm valuable, we're going to have to change something about that. So this kind of helped gather strength and a self-esteem level to greatly, what's up, Mac Hill? To greatly illuminate what you stand for. You know, a lot of your self-esteem gives you foundations in your values. So come May, you really kind of had certain personal values that you either contested, but ultimately aligned with who you are. Then we went to Gemini season in June. End of May into June. This is the first mutable season of this year before we shifted seasons into summer. And come June, you were realizing amazing truths about who you are. You fine-tuned and developed your message so that you can begin to have courage speaking about who you are. You blazed forth with passion, showing people this year, look at who I've become. I'm not the person that I used to be because I've broken through a lot of limitations. A lot of you were just like Macho Man Randy Savage through your obstacles, where people kind of bet against you and you prevailed against the odds. So that's why Taurus season came through and you were putting everyone in check. All right? May, you were like, no, homie, this is my value, this is how valuable I am. And this now developed an attitude. Gemini season, end of May into June, you started to develop the attitude, which reflected the truth. What's up, love? Which reflected the truth that is in your heart, which is now in the way you speak. Keep this in mind, because all the stuff we did 3 months ago is starting to manifest in this new season. This is how the seasonal shifts extend upon energies we've developed. All right, so you're kind of playing with ideas to kind of, what's up, Mercedes? To kind of really like keep into mind, quite literally, how what you express interacts with the beliefs of others. This was the beginning of mass pettiness recycled all over again. People were just kind of talking out the mouth more so than they did before, and Aries season was already crazy. Then we had that volatile Cancer season come end of June into July, and everyone was in their feelings, even more so, getting just super sensitive over, you know, what the hell, stuff that wasn't even that serious, but really helped reveal serious issues, like, you know, certain things that were hidden in every field, whether personal or political. But what Cancer season helped us extend as we shifted gears into summer, which we're about to shift out of, we're about to go into fall. What this summer was all about was you feeling into your power. Walking into July, what's up, RX? Walking into July took in the lesson of Uranus and Aries. The reason why Aries around you are just kind of really focusing on themselves more so than ever is to reflect that tenacity and belief you need to have in yourself, but also to remind you that you're evolving. You're literally evolving. Next year, the Uranus is going to move into Taurus, and like you're going to see technology on plants. You know what I'm saying? The inventions that they've been holding back to wait to reveal now, and they're just going to be like, blah, what's good? They're going to tease us with flying cars and shit. But it's all good because Cancer season this summer helped us really feel into the power. And this is what brought a lot of drama because people think they're slick. You know, I'm just going to keep it real because I think I've been trying to explain this a little bit to textbook. Really, what we've gone through from Aries season in April up until now is the full development of our psychic awakening. We all went through a collective conscious awakening, so people are more psychic. People are picking up more telepathically. What makes this different from last year is people were even more psychic, but there was not an alignment of intent from people's hearts and minds. So people would pick up on intuitions, but they would be unclear because evil spirits and negative vibrational frequencies would kind of get in the way of what you transmit from your higher self to what you pick up from people, because you empaths will go into a room, but I think Jupiter had barely gotten out of Virgo, so people's internal worlds were messed up, and it kind of knocked you off balance. This is what a year like this is beautiful. There's an amazing reset to where you're really developing very powerful psychic ability. This is why the last video I was on, I was like, stop trying to impress these people who think that they can flex on you with PhDs and master's degrees. Do you believe in certain things that you know is true in your heart but may not be conventionally true? Or even if it's conventional, are you ready to take it to the next limit? This is where we are right now. Uranus is like 28 degrees, so you are evolving the quantum level of the consciousness of yourself to where we as a humanity are redefining what it even means to be human. It's some gangster shit. And do you believe you can fly or not? This is a message I really want to keep asking. You either believe you can fly. Now, we're not asking, can you fly? The mechanics of can you fly or not, this is going to be maybe more in 15, actually this is going to be maybe more in 2 or 3 years when we now apply this quantum evolution of our consciousness to the application of that and what we can tangibly manifest to now make this real. We're not there yet though. We're not there yet. We still have to affirm, because this is years in the making. A lot of generations, especially if you're born after, actually it doesn't matter when you're born because every generation had to go through it, you're having to unlearn the bullshit that you've learned until now, which is suppressing your latent psychic ability. So majority of you are going through intense anxiety and a lot of depression. You're going to professionals who are trying to tell you that there's something wrong with you, and there's nothing wrong with you. You are awakening. Forget like visualizations that deceive you and make you believe that this is an instant process or that you spend a lot of time training for one experience to where you're awakened and you get it. It's a process. Some of you have contracted work. Some of you have stretched out this awakening process with spirit guides and your higher self for a span of 13 years. Some of you, you're like, give it all to me in 6 months. And you just go through 6 months of hell. Everyone's different. But you have to understand this expression of your darkness has been activated since 2014. When Saturn was in Scorpio and your sexual integrity was being tested so that you could see whether the intent of your desire was pure enough for you to handle greater psychic ability. Because everyone wants to kind of like, you know, be their realized self, but this now incorporates and evolves. What's up, Nikki? This now incorporates and involves. Okay, sorry. I need to interrupt myself. Nikki Nicole said, I get headaches often from picking up so much energy. And it's not like you have orientations and tutorials to this shit. Some of you just get very mentally stressed, and that stress can just activate, you know what I'm saying, certain phenomena or experiences that are hard to explain. That's one level of this, because at a collective conscious level, we are all just evolving. This is just what happens. So what's happening isn't necessarily anything that hasn't happened in the past. You know, we are inevitably always going to evolve, but this is very, 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 very pivotal. The time in which this is happening. Shout out to the Rare Individuals, by the way. I copped this shirt from them. They're a collective out in El Paso, Texas, and they make great music. But regardless, yeah, not only are you experiencing a profound awakening process, Neptune is in Pisces, so you're tapping into the collective unconscious in a way where your imagination is involved. This week, a lot of things about your life are going to change. This is why I'm saying flipping the script. What you have right now in this world are a lot of people who have loud mouths, loud egos, you know what I'm saying? They say things very passionately, and they have a lot of power. They know how to make themselves look powerful. Some people are Wizard of Oz's. They know how to make themselves look powerful on social media, but they really ain't shit. Some people have power, they speak very passionately, and they run things. So you think that just because they run things, that what they're saying is true. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular. Look at the trends. A lot of people are allowing people who wear the shoe to run things. You need to really open up your eyes. And I say this reflexively because some of you, your eyes have been open. So I'm not talking to you specifically, but keep in mind there are a lot of people who they're very passionate and they're captivating a lot of people with their charisma, but they are not saying anything. Like they're number one, they're not saying anything. Okay, what they're saying is actually damaging to who they're telling it to, but people are eating it up. This is nothing new. This happens all the time. This is an application of fire magic and water magic in front of your eyes. Fire is charisma. All right, people with strong Aries, Leo, Sagittarius have charisma, and the water is emotional appeals that connect to people's feelings. So trust me when I say this is not even just applied in conventional senses. In your personal life, you may be dealing with people who are appealing to a more charismatic and emotional sense within people you know or you. And for those of you who are more objective and rational, this could be hell for you. You're going to flip the script. This is where it pays to walk with integrity and to just, even though everyone else is on some BS and not really knowing what they're doing and the blind is leading the blind, your work is going to show itself. Okay, so for any of you watching, if you've spent a long time being overlooked, this energy that we're in specifically favors the underdog. This energy that we're in is specifically meant to exalt and keep and pay attention and shift the energy for those of you who have been overlooked, for those of you who have been walking the right path, but no one has been in your life to show you that you have been. This isn't like a Cinderella story where it's like, yay, you finally get your accolades. No, this is personally, purely for you, so that you can now switch your attitude and remember that you need to like let go of your anxiety. This is going to be personal. Like the universe is going to show you through other people, by the way, hey, the work you're really doing is real. Like you need to have more passion for what you do, because even though because some of you are in situations where since birth you've been following your heart, you've been following your intuition, and your parents told you you're crazy, your friends told you you're crazy, they would still accept you until you would bring your heart out, and then they'd be like, you're crazy, why do you do that? And every time you listened to spirit, every time you listened to your intuition, before you developed the critical mind to think for yourself and decide whether that was right or wrong, you were made to feel like, oh, that's wrong. All right. So some of you at a subconscious level, it's hard for you to connect to spirit or your intuition, because you doing that, like Pavlov and his dogs and the bell, is synonymous for you feeling the reaction of either negativity or just kind of like weirdness. This is why I'm saying you're really unlearning a whole lot that you've learned through social interaction. Jupiter and Libra king-kuncing, Chiron and Pisces is you healing psychologically what were considered social faux pas and how you feel and express emotional intelligence through social settings, to where you incorporate facets of your psychic power and spiritual ability, but you can't because you spent the first 10 years of your life probably getting whooped, probably getting beat every time you used your clear sight, because that's of the devil. How dare you have those dreams? Some people literally like have it horrible like that. Some of you, it's not that bad, but it could still be at a subtle level to where you're not accepted by friends because you have certain interests in these fields, or it doesn't necessarily come across as the most fly. It could be kind of awkward when you're just kind of knowing things about people. So just know this is years in the making of you releasing. Most of you have now, if you're old enough to watch this video, you're now reaching a place where this subconscious conditioning is finally healing and shedding and letting itself go. So you're really going to be put in a position where you could really balance the darker parts of your consciousness and flip the script as they come into unison. So what is a key feature of this week is that we are going through a disseminating phase. Whenever we have full moons, we're taking the energy of this lunar cycle, and the seeds that we have planted in the new moon become fruit. The plants become fruit. So right now, up until, I want to say 2 days from now, we are now harvesting everything that we're gaining from this transit. For those of you who put in the work to really map out and live the life that reflects who you are, which is just as simple as like living your truth and really being about it. For those of you who are really, because there's different levels of this. If you've mastered this Virgo transit, then you're waking up early and you're segmenting your routine in every day to where you're adding passion and you're really getting your life into order and you're really kind of like on point with everything. But at the most basic level, what this Virgo season is testing is, are you really about it? Or are you fake? Do you live what you say? Do you live what you do? Do you incorporate this into your style? Some of you don't have Virgo energy in your chart, like me. So it's okay if this isn't the easiest for you to do. It's okay if you feel like you're a little bit stuck during this transit. But at the end of the day, how real are you? Do you live what you do? Basically, okay, this stipulation is what is allowing us to shift with this energy, and the seeds we planted as far as developing the right lifestyle to support our dreams and the new lives that have been birthed from this Leo lesson of loving, because I didn't finish what I said in the beginning. We shifted from Cancer season into Leo season. So last month, we now started to develop pride and love to really explain in a much greater way why we love what we do. So now that we're in Virgo season, we're taking that fire and we're acting out really on it. Yeah, you could be passionate, but what do you do with all that charisma? How do you live your life, right? Yeah, you could be the smartest person in the world, but if you have a horrible 6th house, you probably eat like shit, you probably drink like shit, and you won't live that long. So, like, whenever I do compatibility or synastry, for those of you who, by the way, haven't ordered that webinar, I totally recommend it. It's first in the series, but whenever I look at someone's chart, if I wanted to date them, I look at their 6th house. Yeah, you want to look at their 5th house and their 7th house, because that's going to let you know how fun someone is, or if someone's boring or not. But I'm serious. My moon's in Capricorn, so I don't have time to play games. I'm going to look at your 6th house to see if your life is in order, if you have hygiene issues, or if you're actually like on point and disciplined. And then maybe I'll look at your 12th house to see if you're secretly crazy or something. But yeah, this is how important it is to have a healthy lifestyle, because this is what puts everything together. Something I'm to this day struggling with. I have great ideas, but to get me to like eat healthy for a week, it's been the hardest thing for me to do. Even though I have everything in front of me to do it, I just can't get myself to do it. But I will get myself to do it, because I'm going to master this lesson this season. And Jupiter's about to go into my 6th, so it's going to happen anyway. But really keep this in mind, because the lesson that we had as far as building this lifestyle bared fruit with this full moon in Pisces in the feeling of what your dreams are. That's why we had that wish party. What do you wish for? What is it? What is going to make you feel fulfilled? That's one thing that I appreciate so much about astrology. The answers about how things work are kind of in the elements. You know what I'm saying? You spark off with fire, all right? And ultimately, the reason why water is the last in any of the classes are everything you act on is for a feeling, right? Things that you take action on ultimately is so that you can derive a feeling from. When you go out and achieve a goal, you feel something from that. So this is what makes water the last. But this is an astrology lesson. We have reaped the fruit, all right? From now until like 2 days from now, you're going to be actually receiving the benefits of what you have done for the past 2 weeks to live your life. Don't go Hotep, bro. Come on, Arana. Who do you think I am? This is the peace dealer, not the Hotep dealer. I'm not about to go Zulu on you, I promise. Alright. That being said, yesterday when the moon was in Aries, I said that you need to know it doesn't matter if you know how to do what you're doing, you can do what you're doing. You're going to gain the full vision and clarity in November when we're in Sagittarius season after Jupiter is in Scorpio, and you gain a boost in your psychic ability. But for now, you're working out how. You're going through the experience. You're building it out right now. Just be patient. Now that the moon is in Taurus, you need to know that you deserve it. So while it was in Aries, you just had to know you can do it. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really do it. Like, you have the power. Now it's in Taurus. You deserve it. Don't let anyone make you feel that you are not worth what you have been intending and dreaming about. You deserve it. Okay? This is parts of the harvest. Now that we're grand earth trining, where you're going to manifest tangible results from the lifestyle you've set up. This is actually going to be quite powerful. As we close and end the week with the moon in Leo, we're going to be in a balsamic phase. So after Tuesday, we're going to be in a release period. And things are just going to kind of adjust and prepare for the next cycle. Don't be put off by any negativity that happens. Just let things readjust and let things teach you about how certain ways you feel about what you love may have to be surrendered. But for now, until like Tuesday, really just kind of observe and see what you're reaping from the harvest, okay? You're going to get some great news. And this is why we're going to flip the script. Because people have an idea of you right now. People don't really know you. Other than people in your real life, obviously. Even them, though. So what this Virgo season is going to do, because Sagittarius is with Saturn kind of pulling people's cards and exposing, hey, let me see what you really believe. What's going to happen this week is, regardless of conflicts that you have with people, like especially for those of you in twin flame conflicts or soulmate conflicts, where energetically the connection is there, but physically it's not, it's because you haven't connected really, right? So there are people out there who have a wrong idea about you because you've been maliciously gossiped about, because there has been miscommunication. That's not to say that you're the victim here. There may have been ways you've expressed yourself that you probably should have done or probably could have done better. Or maybe you are justified and you did everything the way you were supposed to do. I need you to understand, a lot of you are in positions spanning, you've put in years and invested a lot of time into working towards a goal and dream. And if you feel, some of you are still hopeful and moving forward, good job. Some of you literally feel like you spent all this time for nothing. Almost as if you've made a horrible mistake and it's like, damn, like, you almost kind of feel unmotivated to move forward, because it's like, can you even trust in spirit? Because it's been a long time, okay? There's a twist. A lot of this has to do, with influences blocking you who don't really know you. They're not in your real life. The decisions that they're making are fully just off an idea of you. They don't know you though. They're not in your real life. They haven't really gotten to know you. It's literally just their ideas of you and what other people have said to you. So the way life works is karma's real. Like, you're going to eventually have this opportunity to show yourself as you are. This is why you need to stay ready. This is why you have to live authentically in your truth. For those of you wanting to manifest your twin flame and soulmate relationships, it's not about going out and trying to make it happen. It's about staying ready. So when that moment comes, you're not caught off guard. But then having the faith in the universe to know you will get caught off guard. And it's nothing about you controlling it, but just being who you are. All right? Best thing I can tell you, because a lot of you really feel like a lot that you've worked so hard internally and spiritually has really been for nothing, and that's normal. Neptune is squaring Sagittarius, and now that Virgo is kind of helping us be aware of what's real, it's very normal to feel discouraged. You are tapping into a vision that other people can't really see, except now, this week, where the script flips. A lot of the interpersonal relationship conflicts you're having are with people making decisions and feeling about you based off of no evidence, okay? And the way that you may express to them, you know, especially Sagittarius and Gemini, because you have Neptune squaring your sun, it's making the way you talk to people get completely twisted. So people will kind of like misread your intentions. Even if you mean the best, it just kind of makes conversations awkward. Sagittarius and Gemini, you're already like, you don't take a lot serious anyway, so you can just tell jokes to people and just kind of go a certain way, and people will take you very seriously, especially you, Sagittarius, with Saturn in your sign. So it's making you very particular about how you say things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really doing sign horoscopes. I'm just using those two as an example. Listen, guys, you need to stay focused on your vision, because you're not, the very amazing part of this is you're not wrong. You're flipping the script this week, and people are finally going to gain evidence of what you, there's interference on Facebook, there never is, but people are going to gain real evidence about how a lot, that's what the good part of this like Virgo season is. A lot of the illusions surrounded around you are going to be dispelled. So people who have kind of, that's why some of you aren't supposed to clap back. You're just supposed to keep living your truth. Because ultimately, despite what has been misconceived about you, even by family, this is that type of week where people kind of see the truth into what it is you're really doing. Okay? And people who kind of probably saw you as someone who you weren't will finally see into who you really are. Those of you who've been putting in work, really helping people, like, real evidence will come. Despite the rumors they've heard, despite uncertain stuff they've heard about you, they're going to see the real people you've helped talking about. This is how stuff is going to work in your favor, where people are talking about you, talking about how you've helped them, talking about how you're actually good. Real life evidence. Do you know what I'm saying? So like this is how the angels work in your favor, to let the truth and the light reign. And this also works reflexively for people who are trying to act like they're good people, but their real life shows they treat people like shit and they're horrible. All right, transits like this don't play. So I just need to let you know you're going to reach a point before this year ends where you're like, oh my gosh, I really did see it right the whole time. And I'm especially talking about you people who you do not go a single day without seeing significant synchronicities and significant signs that make you be like, what? So what I'm thinking about is true, because you see these master numbers and signs when spirit is trying to tell you, hey, this is why your intuition is right. I know it's hard to believe. Synchronicity, synchronicity, synchronicity. I know it's hard to believe, but I need you to believe this. And then your mind is like, but it doesn't make sense. And then spirit is like, no, it's okay. This is why this is real. You know, intuition, intuition. This is what's happening. And then synchronicity, synchronicity. The synchronicity is just to keep you with the flow, because if you don't, it's going to be hard to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So don't trip on the signs. But just understand, Venus this week is going to make a conjunction near the end of the week, all right, on the North Node in Leo, and Mars and Mercury are going to conjunct in Virgo. Mercury just entered Virgo, so everything is shifting now. All the flips is going to be script. All the script is going to be flipped. People who think they have one up on you, you're going to have one up on them, because you're living your truth. And let me tell you why. There are a lot of people who are going to approach you now. There are a lot of people who are ready to approach you and make this real. They've been building a case against you. There are a lot of people who are ready to approach you because, and some people don't have the best intentions, but they're going off of illusions. They're going off of the lies that they think you are. You are going to show up. Some of them, they will meet you quarterly. Some people will try and catch you off guard this week, but you're going to show up. You're going to be your real, authentic self, and all the stuff that they try to do against you isn't going to work, because it's based off of a false persona, based off of fears about you that weren't even true. Your real self is going to show up and is going to flip the script. Now they're going to be on the defense because they won't know what to do, because now they're seeing, now the person they painted is nothing like what they're really seeing. Now the work that you've really done, especially for those of you who aren't getting as much support because maybe you've made, maybe you've worked in a field where you weren't necessarily acknowledged. What's going to give you acknowledgement is the real work you've done. All right. So I'm not necessarily saying that like magically you're just going to get honored because people magically like what you do. You're going to see real results today and tomorrow. You're just going to keep getting real results from work you've been doing for years. So really, in this disseminating phase, you spent the first 2 weeks of this Virgo season transit working. You can rest, okay? You're going to really just come into great knowledge to help tweak what you're going to bring into the next cycle, into Libra season, where we open doors in relationships. Because we're going to define how we show up in relationships with people. So this week, trust me when I tell you, like, people who you thought you would never get in a relationship with, people who you thought the bridge was burned, people who went out of their way to burn bridges with you, they're just going to switch. They're just going to switch. Someone who probably the door was locked, you were trying to open the door, it's not only going to open wide open, they're going to come to you. Because now they're going to see you with real eyes, and everything's going to make sense to them now. Because what they're going to get is the reality. Now they're going to see for real, all right, what has been blocked from them, and then it's going to make sense of why you've been acting the way that you've been acting to them. So there is a twist, guys, and while we're going through this experience, it may not seem like there is a twist like this. You never see the twist coming. All right, so I'm telling you, this is the kind of energy we're in. Venus is going to be on the North Node and align everyone's hearts with the destiny of love. So a lot of you, this is more so friendships than anything romantic. For some of you, this is going to be with soulmates and twin flames. But for many of you, this is more with work associates and friendships with people who you just didn't really like. But then you're going to be like, oh, whoa, this person's real. Or they're going to be like, yo, you're real. And it's going to form very powerful partnerships. A lot of friendships are going to be mended. You know what I'm saying? The flip's going to be script's going to be flipped. Some of you, this will work with employers or employees where you're going to develop greater relationships because this understanding is going to come with greater, real evidence to show through the work you've done, right? So yeah, for those of you ready for your soulmates, for those of you ready for greater activations and awakenings, I don't want to say it's time, because this has been happening. Some of you have been getting these shifts. Scorpios, you've been getting this shift for the past 2 years. You got this early. All right, so Scorpios, Pisces, Aries, you're already awakened, but now you're having to integrate the awakening in ways that are kind of difficult. Other people like Gemini, you could really look forward to Taurus, you could look forward to profound shifts and evolutions that will take into account years in the making of developing the attitude, the behavior, the awareness. All right, some of you were ready for awakenings back in 2012, and you knew what it was about. But if you had it, you would be like in a psychiatric hospital. What's up, Jennifer? Because you wouldn't necessarily have been able to handle it like you can now. All right, so honor the process. If there's anything y'all need to do, I would move forward in this week really putting into practice again the authentic routine and lifestyle that helps you be who you are, okay? Think of everything that makes you passionate. Think of everything that makes you happy to be alive, and express that passion in everything that you decide to do every day. Really be who you say you are, and you'll be straight. This is what's going to help you manifest very powerful partnerships in Libra season, number 1, and number 2. This is what's going to flip the script on these lames who really think they could pull one on you, but they can't. Okay, so I'm going to say this one more time. Especially today, there's going to be a great wish manifestation for a lot of people, and don't focus on how you're not aware certain things are happening. Have an open mind and think about different ways, even if you have to be okay with being uncertain, which is magical in and of itself. Just know this week a lot's going to shift in a very profound way. This mutable energy is going to flip the script, and it's going to make a lot of sense why you've been guided divinely to feel certain ways about people, to take certain actions towards others. And yeah, I'm now going to pull tarot cards for the week moving forward. I have the links to the Jupiter and Scorpio webinar below, and the New Moon in Virgo webinar below. So make sure you check that out. I'm going to go in very powerfully about those transits. And yeah, you know what a webinar is with the Peace Dealer. And if you don't, I highly recommend you get this Jupiter and Scorpio webinar, because it's basically going to be a roadmap and a breakdown for how you can cope with the expansion of psychic ability. Jupiter and Scorpio is going to be one of those transits that make you pretty cringy and awkward, because now everyone's going to expand the level of intimacy they feel in situations where that barrier we have where you can feel intimate is just kind of exposed. So you're going to have to feel a little bit more comfortable with feeling naked. Everyone's going to feel a little bit naked, Jupiter and Scorpio. And this is to prepare us for Saturn and Capricorn, which is like the dawn of Star Wars. Oh, it's going to be crazy. So anyway, the links are in the description box below with this video. And I'll draw an oracle card too, because hell, screw it. So Aries. This week for you is going to be quite profound in the way you could apply the lessons of your evolution into the things that you do every day, so that every single facet of your routine reflects your advancement of character. With the Chariot card, this is definitely positive. Some of you have probably been in a position where you were knocked off of balance, but you'll take that momentum and achieve great victory with it. So this is a week of triumph. the more you're able to incorporate the light and dark energies within you. And the way you do this is to incorporate a playful attitude, even through, situations that may try you and piss you the hell off. Just be playful about everything and really activate that inner child with Leo. And your fifth, Taurus. This week is definitely going to unlock a realistic side to your creative self and really help you come into a more private understanding of how to express your love. Thank you, Olivia. The Judgment card is talking about you awakening this week, rising sign, moon signs, but specifically sun signs. You're going to awaken. The reason why you have been reviewing facets of your life is because you're shifting into a greater awakening of your energies, and this is going to align you to your highest purpose. The High Priestess of Air is going to be your assistance, because in order to awaken, the High Priestess of Air is going to help you shift your mind so that you can mentally process the freaky shit that's going to happen for you. So anyone in your life who's an air sign and has this energy, she's going to speak through those people. Okay? Gemini, this week for you is going to have the script flipped surrounding how you bring your inner world and manifest it into the outer. Look to this energy shifting more into your fourth to change how you privately realize a lot of the psychic energy you pick up on. It's hard to put into words because this is a very internal shift. Basically, Gemini, a flip is going to switch from within that's going to allow you to really better sort out the darker parts of your consciousness that you may not necessarily be able to. But thankfully, with the Ace of Cups this week, there's breakthrough in terms of love. This is new feelings for you, Gemini moon and Gemini rising. So this could be a new love. This is going to come to you. And simultaneously, Gemini, this is talking about a spiritual awakening to where your heart chakra opens. Okay, so with movement, this could be a physical move, but I definitely see your energy activating a lot more with you not staying stagnant, but you incorporating in your routine a lot of movement or to physically move your energy so that you can stimulate a lot of this quite potently. Cancer. This Virgo week for you is going to flip the script on how well you're able to communicate a lot of your ideas. So this is going to have you take how you were speaking to people, and then you're just going to switch your attitude towards others. And it's going to really make people uncomfortable, Cancer, because people are not going to expect you to snap. Cancer, I'm channeling this very powerfully. So Cancer, up until now, you've kind of expressed yourself in a certain way that makes people comfortable around you. Now you're going to flip the script, and you're just going to grill people, and it's going to catch people off guard because they didn't expect that you knew more of what they were hiding than they do. And it's going to be so awkward, but you're going to be giggling inside because, screw the fake people. And we have the Chariot card. So this is definitely going to, like Aries, signify greater victory. And this is the card of Cancer. So you're going to, I sense for you, achieve a sense of evolution in the way that you carry forth the work you've done and cross it through the finish line. And the High Priestess of Earth is going to help you do so. She's going to make it so that all the challenges that get into the way of you having to hash out your real work and get stuff in order, she'll make it so that there will be no challenges and you're able to really get this out the way. Leo, for you, this Virgo season transit, oh my God, I felt that. Leo, for you, this is going to flip the script on your value and really help you understand at a greater level how much you contribute to any experience you're in, for real, for reals. The inspiration that stems just from your presence and how people see through the veil more because your light, through your vibration, makes people's eyes more open. Stuff that may be intangible. So you're going to flip the script because certain preconceived notions that people may not have wanted to give you credit for when it comes to how much self-esteem you can have, you're just going to, actually do so. Oh, we got a troll. So yeah, keep that in mind, Leo. I say that because we do have the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is talking about you having to deal with anxiety. And I see the moon here. So this anxiety is incorporating unseen influences. But the message that I have for you, Leo, is a lot of your worth and self-esteem is being dampened by illusions that others have about you. So you're going to have real evidence to really come into the opposite knowledge, and you just want to release any of these illusions that literally fuel your anxiety and have you worrying about things that do not exist. So it's important to keep this in mind because it doesn't seem like this is an illusion, but you have delusions about certain things that make you feel like you're not worth what you want. And these delusions are centered around your value and around people not it's like some of you Leos are going through delusions where you feel like you're being awkward in situations where you are actually fucking awesome. So just keep that in mind. Virgo. Virgo, for you. There are private realizations. Thank you, Morgan. Really appreciate that. Thank you, Melanie. There are private realizations for you, Virgo, that will help you understand how passionate everyone in your life is about the things you are and how passionate most people aren't. So you want to keep these private reflections private, number one. Thank you, Tim. And Virgo, you just really want to be mindful that what is shifting greatly is how well you could do your angelic work. Because the North Node went through your sign already. Jupiter went through your sign already. What people don't know is that a lot of Virgos try to skip out on their angelic work. Because 10 years ago, like around 2006 or 2005, when the North Node was opposite, I think, whenever the North Node was in Pisces and not in Virgo, Virgos were just like, screw this. Virgos worldwide were just like, screw this shit. I don't want to have to be angels for these humans, because they saw how the world did Michael Jackson and other prominent Virgos and how other people would get shine for stuff that they did, even though the Virgos did it way better. And Virgos worldwide 10 years ago were just like, screw this. You guys can suck my nuts. Like, So then the North Node 2 years ago went through Virgo and awakened all the Virgos on their karmic path. And so you have Virgos and Virgo moons who were pretending like they were asleep, like suddenly awakening. But the Virgos who were kind of like trying to go back to sleep got rudely awakened. And a lot of Virgos got screwed up. Like they had shitty years. Because it's like, get back to work. Destiny was like, get back to work and be angels. and help people. And then the very stuff that made them quit in the first place, like not getting appreciated for anything, is happening again. But Virgo, you need to understand. Thank you so much, Janie. Virgo rising to a degree. But Virgo, you understand, like, you know, you're just the super karmic sign. I don't think you're... Okay, this is so ironic because Virgo and Earth is all about achieving real respect. Virgo, the lesson to this, because it's literally opposite for Pisces, your opposite sign. Virgo, the appreciation you're getting is from unseen forces. Virgo wants to be acknowledged by the world for everything they do. But angels get acknowledged by gods, not by humans. I'm so serious. So now Virgo, and everything that I'm saying for Virgo applies to the rest of the zodiac signs after Virgo. So this kind of applies to you too. You're having to mature and really be responsible about your contact in other realms. Virgo, you're opening up contact with the quantum realm. So it's like you're getting kudos from higher beings. That's where you're going to get your real respect. And some of you get dilemmas because you don't believe in that other realm. You're still caught up there. You're still trying to be stuck in just this real world. And you're getting kind of logic. But we do have this Page of Wands. So this is talking about you activating a greater part of your magic. Like I said, Jupiter and the North Node went through your sign already. So you have greater magic ability that you couldn't access before because humankind wasn't ready to see it. I mean, just think about Michael Jackson. He was one of the Virgos who was able to access it, but he made such an impact. You know what I'm saying? Women were hyperventilating at his shows. Now Virgos are able to tap into this again. And the Page of Wands is you gaining exciting news. And loyalty, you take a risk as well, but loyalty is talking about, number one, this is your number, 33. That's how really magic y'all are. And loyalty is talking about being committed and loyal to the energy that opens up for you in the path you walk with spirit. Don't necessarily forsake it when you're in a position where real life people don't align with it, and then in order for you to look sane or cool, you compromise your spiritual path just so that it looks conventional. Spirit's going to get all in that ass. Libra, this is going to enlighten you very profoundly on the connections that you have made with others and what they're saying behind your back. Oh, you didn't know people were gossiping about you, Libra? I mean, you gossip about other people as well. So word is going to come out the grapevine this week, and you're going to flip the script on people who didn't know that you know what they know about what you are not supposed to know, but they didn't know that you know. So they gonna know. And what this is also going to indicate is breakthrough and windfall from work you have done. This is going to kind of be disappointing to some of you Libras because some of you are focusing so hard on this magnum opus. Some of you are secretly, but you're doing it in secret though. Libra is like Cancer, guys. They think they're so slick. Gemini thinks they're smart and Sagittarius thinks they're whatever, but Libra and Cancer think they are so slick. Okay? Libra's out here working on great stuff on their own. Like, they're working on their magnum opus right now, but in the closet. Like, they're not letting people know that they're working on the coolest shit ever. They're just going to kind of unleash it out of nowhere. And then they're going to look all majestic so that we can wonder how. They really think they're slick, though. They're losing sleep. It's like, you're not fooling Scorpio or Scorpio moons. They're just not saying anything. But, you know what I'm saying? Libra. You're focusing so hard on like doing the most coolest thing, but what's gonna give you success is the cheap stuff that you don't even spend 5 minutes doing, that it was fun to do, but people love it. I'm going to say this one more time, because Libra, this is about to be the next 2 months for you. I have choices, okay? And I have the Chariot card for you. Libra rising, Libra moon. Yes, Olivia, Libra can be evil because of that Pluto square. I have the Chariot, which is victory and success and choices, okay? You have a choice to make, Libra. It's going to screw with your head because a lot of you are artists. And Libra, the decision you have to make this week is, are you doing this? Are you playing for the crowd or are you playing for yourself? Because you have spent some time, there's work that you've done privately that you're serious about. It's work that's going to change the world, all right? Whether this is literature, whether this is a song you're making, okay? But you have in the past made some like shoddy work. Like to you probably wouldn't even want to share it to many people. Like it's available, but to you don't really hold it to any esteem. It's just like normal to you, okay? People are going to love that shit. People are going to look at your serious work and they'll be like, wow, that's kind of cool. But they're going to love the stuff that you didn't even care about. Now, the difference between the two is that the stuff that was serious, you really put your heart into. The stuff that you didn't really care about was fun. It was really fun. Like, okay, in Wendy's case, who's a writer, like, just like the really fun, like, joke articles, all right, that she may not really care about, whatever, but then the really serious article, the joke articles, people are going to love. So now, Libra, you have to make a choice. Do you want your identity to be revolved around that, which you're not that serious about, but people love? Like, people are going to idolize you, and you're going to feel happy because you break into great success, but it's like, but that's not really me. But I wasn't really trying. And you're gonna kind of hate people because it's gonna be like, is this what you guys really like? I'm sorry, because just like Virgo, this is also for the rest of the zodiac signs past Virgo. Like Libra and Scorpio, like it's like you busted your ass all day in the kitchen making food for your kids that is healthy. It's just like premium quality. And then your kids come home and they're like, I want McDonald's. I want Burger King. Screw all this other shit. Like you're about to be mad because you're going to achieve success, but you're about to be really mad because it's like low-key for nothing. Like you've been working hard for nothing. That's what I'm saying. And then you're seeing other people who they're not even doing that hard work, but they're getting the success because they're having fun. Just so you know, Scorpio, for you, I definitely want to let you know that certain friends are going to switch on you. Yep, right off the bat, I got the 7 of Swords. So, you got some people in your circle who are jealous. I think Scorpio, you got some people who expected more of you. They probably thought that since you kind of helped them get to a certain position, they feel like you were supposed to keep doing that. I don't know. But you have some people who switch on you. They're just going to kind of feel like... And then, here's the best part. First, they're going to kind of low-key betray you, Scorpio. Then they're going to switch on you and make it your fault. They're going to be like... They're going to act like you switched, number one. Then they're going to act like you kind of made them feel or put them in a position where you were being stuck up or something like that, and that's the reason why they had to start acting shady. Okay, I say that with the 7 of Swords because you're going to unveil some sneaky deceptive behavior, but don't necessarily worry about that because those same friends you're dealing with, they're going to switch up again. Some of these people are soulmates, so it's like, even though you like to be snip, 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 ooh, Scorpio and Capricorn, you got a problem. Scorpio and Virgo and Capricorn, y'all need to stop. Y'all cannot just block people out your life. y'all are doing that to your soulmates, and it's screwing you up because you're waiting for certain things to manifest in your life, but you would just go snip. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this life, guys, you're going to have conflict with people. But Scorpio, Capricorn, Virgo, they will just snip, 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 block. You will not give people like, and then you will give like the worst people chances. So this is what you guys have been doing. So I'm going to say Capricorn, Scorpio, and Virgo, like people who are just in your life to waste your time, you'll just give them chances. You'll give them the benefit of the doubt. You'll be like, why do I keep getting abused by people who don't give a damn about me? But then your soulmates will come through, and then they have one problem with you. Block, snip, 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 block. And then your soulmates keep coming back, and you're like, why the hell does this person keep coming back? Because you're your soulmate. And you snip, snip, snip. All right, but then you have some like asshole in your life who's not even significant to you, and you're going to give them all the chances in the world. You do it to yourself. So Scorpio, I'm also seeing that you're going to have to take a risk. You're going to have to do something that is significant, but you're not in a position to do it. Let's say you're a Scorpio and every single person in your family is a traditional Muslim. So you now have to live your truth. You have to do something in secret, and you have to take a risk because you can't not do what you have to do, but you're not going to let a false belief stop you from doing it. The Seven of Swords is be very strategic, but just know it's a risk is a risk. Take that risk. I'm going to be honest, it's probably whatever you're trying to hide from, you're going to be exposed, but it's still worth taking the risk. And that's like getting caught, right, by the Muslim family, but it's still going to be worth it. All right. Ooh, what's up, Heidi? Sagittarius, this week is going to be splendid for you. You see, Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius moon. Saturn has been coming for you. It's just like, see, I have Saturn on my moon, so I know what's this like. Saturn is just so serious. Like, it's been really sad to see Sagittariuses because like they'll just turn into Kanye real quick. Like, they'll just get really happy and they'll raise their vibration, and then Saturn will just be like, get that shit down. Be serious. Like, if you were a fly on the wall and you saw Sagittarius, you would like die laughing, but then you'd feel sorry for them because they'll just be like, yay, yay, and then within 2 minutes they'll just be like, oh. Like, everything they're happy about, Saturn will just be like, this is why you should be depressed about it. So it's been tough for Sagittarius. If you see a Sagittarius rising or sun, give them a hug. You know what I'm saying? Coddle these Sag moons. This is vibrational warfare for them. Like, they're having to literally, like, work even harder to maintain their positive vibrational state. It's temporary, y'all. And in a week like this, you're going to flip the script and show to the world that, thank you, Gina, good night. And you're going to show to the world that you're way more magic than people gave you credit for. So, Sagittarius, this week, there are people who are not expecting you to actually secure the bag way sooner than, okay. Because I also have the Ace of Wands, and it's going to be similar to Libra. I have the Beauty card. So, Sagittarius, you've done such internal work on yourself that this week you're going to accomplish an achievement that to you is just going to be like brushing your teeth. It's going to throw you off guard this week. Like, I think you're going to maybe establish contact with someone, or maybe do a project with someone, or get a good testimonial. And to you, it's just going to be like, yeah, you know what it is. It is what it is. But to other people, they're going to be like, oh my God, congratulations. Oh my gosh. And people are going to feel like you blew up. But to you, it's like, I've been working hard for 2.5 years on this. This is nothing. But just know that this week is going to bring up, very profound realizations like so. All right, Sagittarius. It's great. It could just be very demeaning, because this is the same kind of energy where you get with someone, Gemini, so it's gonna happen to you too maybe. This is the kind of energy where you get with someone and it's like everyone's like, "Oh my God, it's like you changed, like you're so much better now because you got with your partner." Meanwhile, you're just like, I was dope before I got with this person. I was always dope. Well, why is it now that because it looks like I have success, I'm suddenly more beautiful? So I think that's the only thing that might piss you off, but other than that, it's going to be quite dope. Capricorn, this week you're going to flip the script on the case you've been building. See, unlike Cancer and Libra, who think they're slick, Capricorn actually is slick. See, Scorpio and Capricorn are pretty slick. Capricorn has been building a case, okay? So the case that Capricorn has been building, they're going to flip the script and come clean with what they know. They're going to flip that shit, like Love has appropriately said, because with this Virgo energy, all the facts and details are now coming to light, so you have everything you need to do, all right? See, some of you wanted to pull people's cards 5 months ago, but you weren't ready. It was too soon. You wanted to go to war with someone, but it was too soon. Like, you didn't build your case up enough yet. That's why you ultimately didn't. You realized you needed to build it up a little bit more, and now you were ready to build it up a little more, because Capricorn likes to be super ready, but Virgo season's like, nope, this is it. The case is built, and now this week you're going to flip the script, and this person's not going to see it coming, because before they're even able to like say anything you said is a lie, you just have like 16 different facts, so they're not going to be able to say anything, and it's just going to be checkmate. So I do have the Wheel of Fortune. I do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is talking about a shift of karma, which has much to do with your current state shifting and changing. This is also a success card too. But be very mindful, Capricorn, because if you're not getting real experience, then you need... Ooh, Capricorn, I'm only going to say this one time. If you're not getting real experience, then you need to assume that you're being lied to and deceived. All right, this is kind of carrying the moon card energy. Deceit is saying that what you're being told about people, what you're being told about situations is not the 100% truth. So once again, if you are not seeing it for real yourself, you need to question what you're being told, because some people are outright lying to you. All right, especially about certain people you're interested in, Capricorn. Some people are lying to you so that you have the wrong impression of them, and so that you hate them, so that you never meet them yourself, so that you never talk to them yourself. And it's just deceit. So make sure you actually get real experience yourself. Aquarius. This Virgo season week transit for you is going to take the soulmate relationships you have. Every Aquarius has like one significant soulmate in their life that they are establishing an important relationship with right now. Aquarius rising and moon, not to that strong of a degree, but Aquarius sun, definitely. And now all the idiosyncrasies that come into the way you transform this into your behavior, when you take into account their personality and the knowledge of your personality, are going to provide greater boundaries. Oh my God, greater boundaries, as well as oh, that just caught me all the way off guard. I'm sorry. I don't normally get caught off guard like this. But yeah, it's also going to reveal very unique secrets about, you know, social nuances people do. It's more of a water sign thing, but since this is a water house being activated, it might be a little bit awkward because people will give themselves away at the last moment. Like Aquarius, you're just going to kind of notice certain people make a face at the last moment that keys you into their true intent when they didn't realize that you know. So it's kind of just like Libra, where you're going to know something they didn't know that you knew that they didn't know you knew. All right. Soulmate could be an intimate relationship or a friend. Good job. Good question, Sherry. For some of you, it's intimate relationships. For some of you, it's intimate relationships with friends. For some of you, it's with a sister or with a friend. But this is what I get with the Six of Cups. This is a soulmate with who you have a pure connection with. Okay? Both of you were like best friends in a past life where you were just kids, okay? And that's the connection you have with this person in this life, which is why it's just so pure and free-flowing. And we have success. So some of you have been kind of having issues with your soulmate connections or twin flame connections. Some of you have been with your twin flame or soulmate, but any issues or any good things that have been happening, there's greater success being achieved. But for those of you who have had issues with your soulmate recently or twin flame, it's being resolved. The issues were brought up to lead to this success. But regardless of their issues or not, and we have differences here, they'll be resolved into great success. Finally, Pisces. This week is going to have you flip the script on people who you interact with, okay? The 7th house is the house of relationships, but this is going to really more speak on your one-to-one interaction with everyone. And you're going to flip the script on people that will see how magic you really are. Pisces, it's very important for you to understand that not everyone sees magic. Some people are just psychic, or some people, they just have like charisma, but they're not magic. Like to be a magi, to be a mutable sign, or to have a mutable sign moon is a serious attainment. Not everyone has magic. So Pisces, not everyone can see into what you see. Not everyone can even begin to understand how you can just piece together synchronicities and stuff. To them, it's just like a different language. To them, it's delusional talk, but it's actually high-level intuitive intelligence that you possess. All right? So keep this in mind. You're going to flip the script on people this week by just being like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't feel like holding myself back. I'm going to go full fishtard. And full fishtard to you is like your normal state, to where you're just like in your full irrational world, which isn't really irrational, but bringing the spiritual to life. All right? Sorry, Pisces. Some of y'all are around some basic ass fools who they're just too dumb to get you. Like Virgo and Pisces go through the same issue. Virgo deals with idiots and it makes them depressed. Pisces deals with idiots, but Pisces is like Gemini. We can just play dumb and we can see that side of life. But I'm sorry, Pisces, Pisces rising, Pisces stellium, y'all are around some people who just hold you back. Like you try and like inject your personality and they just don't get it, or they just kind of are a bad influence. So you're going to just be like, screw it. You're not going to hold back anymore. And it's going to flip the script. It's going to do the opposite of what you intend. Because by the time you're just like, I'm just going to go full fishtard, you're fully expecting for people to be like, oh my God, she's crazy. What the hell is wrong with her? But people instead are just going to be like, oh my God, are you Jesus? Oh my God, you're Jesus. And people are going to freak out. And at first it's going to be fun, but then it's going to be like, oh shit, I need to hide this again. And then you're going to realize why Jesus would be like, hey, motherfucker. Jesus will get mad. Forget what the Bible is saying. Jesus will be like, hey, motherfucker, I know I healed you. I do not want you to go telling people this. Because next thing I know, I'm going to have a gang of people chasing me, all right? And then the person will be like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Jesus will be like, listen, I don't think you heard me. I just kind of healed your blindness so that you can see. You're a little bit excited. I need you to not tell people that I did this. Just say it was a work of God. And then people are like, oh my God, thank you so much. All right, yes, yes. And then they leave the room and they're like, I can see that man did it. That man, Jesus. And Jesus is just like, oh my God, well, I just told you not to. Oh. So yeah, watch out, Pisces. We do have the, oh crap. We do have the world, which is talking about completion, and you definitely experiencing a profound element of success as well. This is you finally putting all the pieces together and resting on those laurels. And I like this belonging card too. Everything's going to come together for you. You're going to be doing the right stuff at the right time with the right people. You've worked really hard to get it to this point. All right, and I'm going to pull one final card for everybody. Okay, is this what we're doing now? Is this what we're just dropping cards, bruh? Is this what we're doing? You know what? I'm gonna hijack this. The peace dealer thinks that he can just share this vessel with me and not have my energy leak out. So I'm not even going to bother explaining what's going to happen here. I'm going to hijack the peace dealer's transmission. For those of you who don't know, I am the darker energy that exists in the peace dealer's vessel as his soul. So you guys are just familiar with this Gemini crazy fuck who does nothing but talk all day. I'm sorry, some of you may not accept that there is more than one being inside him, so you may not take this transmission seriously. The reason why I'm hijacking his transmission is to talk to you yin-yang apprentices. You people need to stop suppressing your darkness like this lame dude is, all right? It's not working. And the reason why you're actually having experiences where you're paranoid about negative potentiality is because it's revealing your clairvoyancy, and it's actually allowing that darker part of you to shine. A lot of you have this energy built within so that you can experience the psychic attacks and negative energy through this dark vessel before you transmute it. Okay? You know what? Screw this shit. Can I have my body back, bro? Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna let that happen again. This is kind of embarrassing when I have to regain myself. When it just looks like I was talking to myself, and now I'm just crazy and delusional, and now this is just a joke to y'all. You aren't gonna take that seriously. I just got punked by my dark self right now. You don't know what it's like to be a mutable sign. Unless you're a mutable sign. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me just pull these cards before I go crazy. The oracle card I have for you all is hope. Definitely make sure you keep the hope alive. And the hope in your own magic as well. If you were to think, this is what I'm getting from this. If you were to think of a number from 1 to 10 times, you would get it right. You have the capacity to use your intuition to make magic happen. So make sure you make magic happen, my friends. Make sure you wake up every day and thank the Lord that internet memes exist. Do you know there's some people in the world who don't have access to internet memes? They live real lives with real people. They don't have the opportunity to just sync and cope with all the most fucked up shit in the world with fucked up internet memes. There are people out there in this world who don't even know internet memes exist. Okay? It is my mission to go out there to the more forsaken parts of this world to show them internet memes. I wake up in the morning every day because there's someone who has not seen an internet meme who has to know that memes exist. You don't know how much ratchet jokes we have the opportunity of seeing, okay? You have serious issues being made fun of and made light of by immature people on the internet. And we need to stop acting like they don't make the internet as amazing as it is, even though it's just incessant trollery. So that's one thing I want to leave you with. Many of you have had the privilege of seeing an internet meme. Some of them are just very funny and they really captured the moment. Others were just so inappropriate, but you secretly like them, so you watch them when other people aren't looking. You've made it. This is what you incarnated for. I know a lot of you think you incarnated to do serious work in society and to be a better member of your community, but it was really for the internet memes. It was really so you could just wind down and just look at meaningless shit on your computer or phone. Thank you for joining me this week, and until next week.